Ever feel like you wake up already stressed out, wired but tired, and just plain on edge? It's not just in your head. Your body might be sending you a signal through a hormone called cortisol. Specifically, we're talking about high morning cortisol, and today we're going to unpack what that means, why it happens, and most importantly, what you can do about it. So what is cortisol? Think of it as your body's built-in alarm clock and manager. It's a hormone made by your adrenal glands that follows a natural daily rhythm. It's lowest in the evening to help you wind down for sleep, and then it surges in the morning right as you wake up. This morning spike, called the cortisol awakening response, or CAR, is a good thing. It's what helps you feel alert, mobilizes energy, and gets you ready to tackle the day. But here's the catch. What happens when that morning cortisol level is consistently too high? That's when it shifts from being a helpful manager to a source of major problems. Persistently high morning cortisol is a sign that your body's stress response system, the HPA axis, is in overdrive. This isn't just about feeling stressed. It's a real biological issue linked to mood disorders like anxiety and depression, metabolic problems, a weakened immune system, and even heart issues. Let's quickly review what cortisol normally does. It's essential for life. It helps regulate your blood sugar, keeps inflammation in check, maintains your blood pressure, and even influences the neurotransmitters that control your mood and alertness. The morning spike, that 50 to 100% increase in the first 30 to 45 minutes after waking, is perfectly normal and adaptive. It's your body gearing up for action. So, what pushes these levels from normal to chronically high? The causes are incredibly varied. Chronic psychological stress from work, relationships, or just life in general is a huge factor. Poor sleep is another major one. Things like not getting enough sleep, working shifts, or just having a messy sleep schedule can throw your cortisol rhythm way off. Physical illness, pain, and even certain medications like steroids can also cause a spike. Lifestyle choices play a big role too. Too much caffeine, smoking, or even doing super intense exercise first thing in the morning can contribute. And sometimes it can be a sign of an underlying endocrine disorder like Cushing's syndrome. The key is figuring out if your high cortisol is a temporary response to a specific stressor or a chronic unhealthy pattern. Now, let's connect the dots between high morning cortisol and your mood. It's a powerful relationship. High cortisol messes with the brain chemicals that regulate your mood, like serotonin and dopamine. It also puts brain regions like the amygdala fear center on high alert, making you feel more anxious and threatened. It can even shrink parts of the brain responsible for memory and emotional regulation. This is why people with high morning cortisol often describe waking up feeling irritable, trapped in cycles of negative thoughts, and just emotionally fragile. For anxiety disorders, the link is crystal clear. Research shows that people with panic disorder and generalized anxiety often have elevated morning cortisol. It creates a vicious feedback loop. You worry, which raises your cortisol, and that higher cortisol then makes you feel even more anxious and prone to worry. It's like pouring gasoline on the fire of anxiety. The story is similar with depression, especially the melancholic subtype. People with this condition often have high cortisol levels that don't decrease properly throughout the day. This hormonal imbalance is linked to classic depressive symptoms like a loss of pleasure, feeling slowed down, and cognitive fog. In fact, high morning cortisol can sometimes predict whether someone will respond well to certain antidepressant treatments. Speaking of cognitive fog, let's talk about how high cortisol impacts your thinking. Do you ever feel like you can't concentrate? You're easily distracted, you overthink everything, or you just can't get yourself to start a task? That could be high morning cortisol at play. It revs up your body's fight-or-flight systems, but at the same time, it weakens the part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, that's responsible for focus, planning, and self-control. And of course, we have to talk about sleep. Cortisol and sleep are in a delicate dance. Poor sleep raises morning cortisol, and high morning cortisol makes it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. It keeps you in a state of hyperarousal. You can get trapped in a cycle where you're too wired to sleep, and the lack of sleep just makes you even more wired the next day. The consequences don't stop there. Chronically high cortisol can wreak havoc on your metabolism. It cranks up your blood sugar, can lead to insulin resistance, and encourages your body to store fat, especially around your abdomen. Over time, this significantly increases your risk for metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. It's also tough on your heart. High cortisol raises blood pressure, can damage the lining of your blood vessels, and promotes inflammation, all of which are major risk factors for hypertension and heart disease. Even your immune system suffers. While a short-term cortisol burst is anti-inflammatory, chronic elevation actually backfires, leading to a state of chronic inflammation and making you more susceptible to getting sick. If you suspect this might be you, what's the next step? The first thing is to talk to a doctor to rule out underlying medical conditions. A doctor can use tests like salivary cortisol curves, blood tests, or urine tests to get a clear picture of your cortisol rhythm throughout the day. Once you have a diagnosis, treatment is all about getting that stress system back in balance. This isn't about a single magic pill, it's a holistic approach. The foundations are behavioral changes. First, prioritize sleep hygiene. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps reset your body's clock. Next is stress management. This is non-negotiable. Techniques like mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, yoga, and Tai Chi have been scientifically proven to lower cortisol and calm the HPA axis. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is another incredibly powerful tool that helps you change the thought patterns that fuel the stress response. Your lifestyle also needs a tune-up. Aim for balanced nutrition and be mindful of your caffeine intake, especially in the afternoon. Moderate, regular exercise is fantastic for regulating cortisol, but be careful with overly intense workouts, particularly if you're already stressed. Sometimes medication might be part of the plan, especially if there's an underlying mood disorder like depression or anxiety. Antidepressants, for example, can help normalize HPA axis activity over time. The good news is that with the right interventions, you can absolutely turn this around. You can normalize your cortisol rhythm, improve your mood, and reduce your long-term health risks. It takes commitment, but understanding how your body's stress system works is the first step. You have the power to interrupt these cycles and build new, healthy rhythms that support your mind and body for years to come. If you're struggling, please remember that you're not alone and help is available. Talk to a healthcare professional or a mental health expert. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on health and wellness. See you next time.